I can't do it anymore.
Neither can I, Justice.
It's annoying, frankly.
Welcome to Requiem for a Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Pecora here with the chef.
In the house.
Rate, review, and subscribe. Check out all the links in the description below. Nobody's listening. Whatever.
And this is the episode where I spill the tea about getting engaged.
True.
Yeah, let's run it, baby. We're going to Vegas.
Justice is making moves.
Made the moves.
So
You know whose. It's the juice.
let's break it down. So she didn't even know you were there. Is that correct?
So let's go all the way back.
All the way
All
back.
the way back.
1996.
No. 2025 January. Looking at rings.
Got it.
Frank Darling, I think is what they're called.
Frank Darabont.
No. Checking out rings. Find the ring. Don't order it. We wait.
Great.
I
But
put
you
it
knew
off.
it was the one. That was it.
No, it took one more time at the Diamond Place.
Oh, so it's good that you didn't order it.
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like it's like rude to go into exact detail because like then
Sure.
I don't right
Hey.
something like that.
Do what makes you comfortable. Understood.
What makes me the most comfortable was that we finally landed on one. We order it. It's ready for pickup the day we land in Paris.
Right.
They say, we're ready for pickup. I said, I'm not there. And
right. And you had explicitly told them, hey, I'm leaving for Paris on this day. Can
That's
you
correct.
please just get it there one day before that?
At least.
And they're like, maybe.
Yes.
That was what they said
That's
pretty
correct.
much, right?
That's correct. And
Yeah.
frankly, that is fine. It's fine.
And then they meant it with that maybe. I mean, honestly, though,
They tried.
That is the most frustrating day for it to show up. If you're already in Paris a day, you're like, oh, whatever.
Yes.
Missed it by a full day. What can you do? That's kind of ironic. 2 days, you're like, nothing could have been done. 3, 4, you don't even care.
I know.
The day you leave is literally just a dick in the face.
And I think that in total
Yeah.
of the hours spent.
And how many months was this gap also? 3?
From I think we landed
official-
on the final design in like March.
So official order to trip was how long?
Like 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit of a tighter timeline then.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
Maybe a little bit less.
I'm a little
actually.
less offended.
I think it
on
might
your
have been
part.
a little bit less than that.
Okay.
I'm less offended too when I think about it, only because I didn't at once.
Because you could have ordered it in January and then you definitely would have had it.
No, there was some stuff that we definitely. I'm glad that with the final decision that we made, which was like sizing and I don't remember what else. Oh, I got the CAD rendering. They gave me a 3D printed version,
That's kind of sick.
and so that
Use
helped.
it for visuals.
No, I didn't.
Get that shit like rotating and
That
stuff.
would be
Shining all
crazy.
over. Get a prism.
No, that'd be sick. I didn't think about that at all.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
still
use-
have it too.
Hey, get your
I
money's
was
worth,
just looking
bro.
at it today. I was like, what could I do with this?
Yeah.
I'm like, should I paint it? Like, but cover it in like gold flake.
Yeah, do something.
No, but that was sick. But that when we got that, I think there was at least another week before finally emailing them and saying the final details or like feedback on the CAD, and then. No, but like it was less of a big deal. We landed and I was like, okay, I know that I had ideas this whole time, but maybe it's not meant to be. I don't know. You know, it was just like we had, between the two of us, we had joked like, oh, pretend to do it, you know, when we're walking through Disney Paris because that's corny as hell.
Right.
And why would you want to get? Technically, I don't think that anybody should be getting proposed there. I don't know. That's just
Right,
me.
but it's like if you do it with the knowledge that it's ironic, it's better.
Correct.
That makes it like a reverse surprise in a way
Correct.
because you're not expected to do it, even though most people would. So yeah,
Yeah.
you get it.
Subverting the expectation. was
Correct.
definitely
There
part
you
of it.
go.
I think
That's what words are for.
I think that the final thing that actually happened, what you just were talking about earlier, like it was on a rooftop this time, or for the actual
Yeah, set
occasion.
the scene. Set the scene, because
But I
know
feel
too
like
much
the
already.
only in between was that I went to a turnover. We went to a turnover show. It's like our favorite band, and it was.
Right.
I tried so hard to get it to happen there,
Right. You tried to
And-
like message the band and the venue and stuff.
and
right?
nobody said shit.
That's fair.
I guess
That's fair.
when I was I
Listen,
remember
it's not a show at Sub T though. You know
And-
what I mean? That's a big production, man. Like they're just nobody's looking. They don't care.
2009 through like 13, I think every year I saw some kind of proposal happen at a large production music performance.
Times change.
Times have changed.
People don't care.
I really thought that was the thing that people were down with. And like now I guess it isn't. I don't know.
Maybe
like,
it's just you.
Maybe it is just me.
They didn't like you. They looked at you and they said,
They
"Not
said,
helping this guy.
Nah.
That guy smells."
That
I
guy,
can tell.
they were like, he's going to talk for way too long. He's going to try to be part of the band or something. But no, it's not about that. Setting the scene now. Right?
Okay, yep.
Also, just because that didn't work out, I was like, okay, there's got to be something else, something foolproof.
Yeah, he tried to message Medieval Times, and, and they're like, no response from them either. He couldn't even get in at Medieval Times.
No response, and they also were like, we don't want to help this guy.
Yeah,
This guy looks like Jim Carrey. We already did that once.
yeah.
And no, so Rooftop Cinema.
Yep.
It is a nationwide event or brand. They do them across all of the major cities, it seems.
Okay.
They got one in Fulton Market. Have you been?
To Fulton Market?
Rooftop Cinema?
No,
At
I'm
the-
aware of it.
At the Ace Hotel. Now it's called something else. The Emily. Which
I'm familiar with it, but no, I've not.
and so
I'd kind of rather be inside to watch a movie.
okay, that's your thought, right? But it'd be cool like 10:30 at night, right?
Depends how their mosquito situation is.
They spray down there, they don't exist.
Are you sure?
Probably.
See, you don't know. That's the thing. If I'm up there getting bit by mosquitoes, there's flies in my food, like I'm not into it.
I will say,
Especially in the dark.
we came
Can't have bugs in my food in the dark.
Okay, so it's a rooftop cinema. That was what
Yep.
I landed on. I was like, okay, this could
Those
be sick.
chairs look nice.
This could be sick. It could be an occasion. I thought in my head, I wanted it to be something that was like a little over the top.
A little
You know?
unique,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Something
gotta have
memorable. The idea is
something.
that it's memorable. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so they're
And it also, it shows you care.
this just
by
happened like yesterday.
putting thought into
also,
it is like a
might
good
add.
idea because it shows you're taking it somewhat seriously by
Preparing something.
yes.
Agreed.
Because if you're just like, hey, here you go, that's not very ideal.
This occasion, the third, the final, idea was perfect for that because they emailed me back right away when I asked, and
Much more reasonable.
they
Yep.
had a whole form to fill out. It was very convenient and very nice and very
Because
organized.
that is a business where they're like, we want groups, events, things, because that's sales.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they're like, oh, you're going to bring like 6 people and do a little thing that'll make everybody happy also. Like, yeah,
Yep,
that's just
yep.
a win-win for everybody.
So the other convenient thing, and I think the biggest kicker and the reason why it worked so well.
So is it a kicker or why it worked? A kicker's not a good thing, just so you know.
Is that true?
Yeah, when someone says, here's the kicker, then they're explaining a negative thing. What do you-
I thought
that means like, here's
what's
the catch.
the positive version of saying here's the kicker?
There isn't.
We need to come up with that.
There's only negative phrases.
That's that's not true, man.
Yeah, slang is created by the poor, so there's not really many good things to say.
Oh, so we should watch like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to try to find something.
Yes, exactly.
That's cool. Right on. Anyway, so no, I guess the not the kicker, opposite of the kicker.
Uh-huh. Here's the catcher. No, because that's like, here's the catch. Great.
Hannah's girlfriends are in town. Who she spends a lot of time with. They're like her best friends, etc.
Uh-huh.
They've known them for years. They've been
How
homies for
out of
years.
town?
Washington,
All over.
Detroit,
Got it. National.
Indiana.
We're talking national friends.
For sure. Yeah.
Got
yeah,
it.
Yeah. And that was so that's really what made it all
Like
feel
people got
special.
on planes.
Well, no, they had already been planning on coming.
Got it.
Right? And
But still, people got on planes.
correct.
Understood.
Correct.
So that's an
Planes.
event.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
If someone gets on a plane, this is officially a big thing.
Word. Sure.
Well, I'm just saying, the second we're at the airport, we're completely
thing.
different
Oh,
people.
for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like this isn't just us hanging out like right now. Like this is nothing. We're
Yeah.
not thrilled.
I'm
not happy right now. Are you happy right now? Anyway.
No, I can't wait to take that vacation.
That's what
though,
I'm saying. That's
know?
all I'm thinking about. Next
All the
Friday.
time.
Can't wait.
That's sick.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Is it really this weekend?
Next Friday.
Yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Setting the tone.
So they came
Rooftop
into
cinema.
town.
Here's the options the weekend of when the girls are in town.
Yes.
It's like 10 Things I Hate About You in the middle of the day on a Saturday. It's like,
Not good.
oh my God, it's like
Because then you got to do it at the end of the movie.
some kind of like kid or like action movie in the evening on Saturday, and like Friday wasn't going to work
What do you mean
either.
a kid action movie?
Hang on. I can't fucking remember. And it's not good. I don't know why
Spy
I'm even
Kids?
spending the time. No, but it's something like that, right? I'm glad that you got what I was.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's really something that like corny. Okay, playing this week.
People love that shit. Robert Rodriguez.
San
I get it.
Diego, Devil Wears Prada, Pretty Woman. Hang on, I need to find Chicago. Sorry, I got to go through the other towns first. Here we go, Chicago. Okay. Damn, what?
Well, why would they have a previous weekend's listing up?
Why wouldn't they just? Yeah, they always have. Yeah, they have it.
Oh,
Because they post it and then it stays on their post,
I see.
which is really convenient for right now. Okay.
Yeah,
What are you
true.
talking about?
True. Hey.
Chicago was Love and Basketball Friday, Lilo and Stitch.
You're being very, very dismissive of black cinema right there.
I'm not.
You were like, this bullshit. Listen to this fucking garbage.
Pride and Prejudice. That's a white people movie.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. No thanks. Not for a proposal.
She probably loves that shit.
No way. Dirty Dancing. Kind of. I could see that. The Notebook. No way.
Chicks love that.
That's a sad movie, man.
Chicks love that, though.
Waiting to Exhale.
Don't they get together in the end?
Do they? I don't know.
I don't know. I never saw
have
it.
no idea. It's Ryan Gosling. I don't need to have competition on screen. Edward Cullen is bad enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was Twilight. What I thought was best was Twilight, especially because Twilight.
See, do you
was,
hear yourself? You're shitting on all these movies, and you're like, the best was Twilight.
Dude, that's a piece of art. Are you kidding
See,
me?
stop.
Get out of
You
here.
see, because I think you're being mostly serious when you say that.
I am.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's awesome.
It's not. Come on. Come on.
Okay, technically, I will say, and you'll agree with me on this a little bit.
I doubt it.
No, it was
Okay.
for me. It was between Twilight or Pulp Fiction at 10:30 at night.
Oh, right. Yes, I
And
did
like-
agree with you on this because
For us, it's great.
for us it's Pulp Fiction, but it's not for us.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you gotta remember that.
yeah, yes.
Because my instinct every time is that's for me. Yes. I'm doing what I want to do.
And like when you get there, you're like, oh, this is only something that Justice would want to do. I feel like it's kind of goofy, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when you factor the girlfriends coming into town,
Yeah.
then you definitely don't want to take them all to Pulp Fiction because they're all going to ruin your time.
yeah.
So you had to go Twilight.
Yeah.
Made sense.
Okay. On the flip side, here is
this the kicker?
here is the kicker.
We've arrived at the kicker.
It was 90 degrees out.
That is tough.
At 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday.
Yep.
And we, lo and behold, profusely drank the day before.
Do they have umbrellas?
No umbrellas.
On the rooftop.
They had sunscreen, I think.
Seems like they should just have some umbrellas.
No, but they got there early.
And then seat
I was
strategically.
never going to be there. And
So you were not supposed to be invited.
completely not
It was a
supposed
girls'
to be. It was
trip
a
to the
girls-
movies.
Correct.
Got
It was
Because you backdoored it.
exactly.
Correct.
But I backdoored it with an on-screen message that said, "Hannah, I wrote you a song, but they wouldn't let me play it on this roof. But I have a question
Is
for
that
you."
true?
Yes, it's 100%.
They
true.
wouldn't let you play audio or like.
They only gave me 30 seconds of time to display the message and no song. They don't do song requests.
Seems odd, but okay.
I agree. But it's a cop-out because I was not ready to play that song in front of all those people because that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's
to
too-
play your private song to public people, not good. You play the song at home after. Now she knows the song exists.
Yeah,
that's a good play.
We'll write it into the movie when this happens, but it's not happening in real life. You know, like that's just too much.
Sure.
Yeah. So
it said I wrote a song,
but I have a question for you. And
then what? You
I
came
was-
out of a cake or something.
So she was.
You were like under a waiter's like table on wheels, and you popped out.
No, she was. It was very conveniently placed so that, she was looking at her girlfriends while it was happening. She like saw.
So
read
did
the
she
message.
see the message?
She saw the message and all she saw was Hannah, and then she said she blacked out because she didn't know what was happening. But she thought it was like a commercial, like a fake thing, you know, because like Hannah's kind of a common name is what I understood that to be as.
I suppose.
But then she looked at me, and then she turned, and then I was on one knee, like at her side.
I saw the clip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I sent the clip to everybody.
Cool.
The clip was the best thing. all the pictures.
I did it for the clicks.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you get good views?
Oh, I don't think I posted
I know.
it. But everybody saw it, I think, that I sent it to.
Yeah, so then you didn't even watch the movie.
No, you know
You
what?
guys just got up and left?
Yeah. Yep. We got up, and Hannah was like, she was like, I was like, we can get out. Like, do you want to go? Because okay, I actually don't remember what happened either. We were all just so excited, but we ended up walking all to the back.
Just
back
a bunch
by,
of
like, the bar.
girls.
Yeah, just a bunch of girls, just like screaming. Seriously, it was hilarious.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I shed it. I shed a small tear.
You held it in?
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah. That's that. I'm not like, you know. She did though. She bawled. It was crazy.
That make you feel good though a little bit?
I was
Were
very
you like
nervous.
you were like, thank God she cried?
No, she said yes. So I don't know. I wasn't expecting her to cry like that, to be honest.
See, because my thing is like,
but part of it was that she was so surprised.
I don't want
that was part of it.
I don't want a grand reaction, but I want
something.
a lot of emotion.
It's good.
You know what I mean? You can't just smile real big and be like, "Thank you, yeah."
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
No. This ain't it. Yeah.
Part of it was the surprise because we got her so good. She had no idea that I was going to be there. And
that's great.
That is.
So where did you hide? Like behind the bar or something?
I got there about 5 minutes before time.
Oh, I see. So you didn't risk it. You
No.
just showed up late.
I just showed up.
That's good.
Yeah. I showed up and I said, I'm proposing to my girlfriend. Where do I go? Who do I talk to?
And they're like, we don't fucking know. What?
No, they really didn't. So actually, it turns out
that nobody communicated.
Here's
from
the second kicker is they were like, we didn't get any of your message. And I was like, well, luckily I have. He sent me the guy in the email sent me the mock.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you showed up to do the whole thing, and they were like, we're not even prepared for this.
Correct.
So
They
then
had
you
no
had to
idea.
like fumble to get it on screen at the last second.
Yeah. There's a typo in the message too. It says I wrote you song.
And that was your fault or their fault?
Yeah, I think it was my fault. But
Nice.
I blamed it on them.
I wrote Muse.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I'm framing it for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. You should do that.
I'll show it to you. It's got like little palm
Yeah.
trees on it. It's so good. But dude, they were like, the sound guy was really chill about, the visual guy was really chill about it. He's like, I got you. I can put this on the screen.
So it seems like, but it was them who fucked up in not
fixing it, and
like
also
no.
yeah,
but I
even
mean, like,
communicating it.
the person who you sent the message to did not relay it to anybody.
Correct.
So the ball was dropped on their end.
Yes.
You said it like this, or this is theirs?
That's how it was displayed. That's the final product, dude.
You do have to frame this. I wrote you song. They wouldn't let me play it on this roof. So I have been meaning to ask you, Tata. I wrote you song.
It's amazing.
That's good.
I know.
That's good.
It's so good.
It's like you wrote it
This
in
messages
Chinese
from
and
our
they had to-
guests.
It's like they wrote it in Chinese and translated it. That's awesome.
It's amazing. Amazing.
So then you saw none of the movie?
So it was actually
You immediately order a round of drinks, I assume.
Yep.
Champagne
Yep.
Just get a bottle?
No. It was a mimosa and muffin event.
already.
Yeah. So we got our mimosas and we left. Took some pics and left.
So the movie did not begin.
It did start. It
How
started immediately after we did it.
Got it.
That was the
So you made it
intention.
like 15 minutes.
No, not even 10.
10.
Yeah, I guess. 10,
And then you
15,
just
whatever.
went and got drinks.
No, then we went to the hotel lobby because we were like, let's fucking not be in this heat and this sun.
Sure.
So we went to the lobby, nice ass lobby, got champagne.
Lobby bar.
Yep,
Yeah.
what a great time. And then the party started.
And then you went to Nobu.
we went to Pompat back in our neighborhood.
Mm.
American. We got just a spread of brunch, and it smashed. It was so good. Shout out Pompat. They're grilling right now at Spilt Milk.
We need to hit Park and Field this summer. Okay.
I'd be down for that. And then, but we had a whole surprise dinner planned too, kind of. Not a surprise, but like a celebration.
You had a resi?
Yeah, Eva made a reservation, and like all of Hannah's other friends that were here showed out. It was great.
You had like a family mafia
12.
dinner?
Yeah, mob
Brutal.
dinner. It was badass,
Brutal.
dude. I mean, that Obelique.
That's too much for me.
Obelique was fucking top tier.
I don't like a big dinner.
That shit. They have a duck hot dog, corn dog,
Nice.
duck corn dog.
Nice. Is it
I
like
don't-
a cornbread
Yeah,
batter?
but like a special cornbread fancy batter.
Love
It
that.
was fabulous.
That's
with
great.
foie gras as a dip, basically like a
Really?
ketchup. Oh my god, dude! Get
I
the
would
fuck
also
outta here.
like a little maple syrup.
It was sweet. It's sweet.
It was sweet
the
already.
sweet goes a long way
Love
for sure
that.
for the duck.
Love that.
The duck sausage came with the duck breast too, with like these like charred, these like perfectly grilled onions.
There's this lady at work who has ducks. She gives us eggs.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Duck eggs rip.
Ducks rip. I love ducks. Alive, dead, egg.
So yeah, that was
Name it.
how the night ended. Well,
Quack,
no, then we
quack.
went to Rainbow Club.
I don't like that place.
The photo booth was broken, so that was sad.
Sounds about right. That
That's
place
a-
is a fucking dump.
It's sad. They have a great stage. I would love to do a thing.
Yeah,
there.
you can tell that it used to be a really awesome like lounge.
I know, but now it's shit.
It's been shit. I didn't understand it when people used to go there when we lived over there. I didn't understand it.
So yeah,
And we were young then.
we sat on the couch and I played pinball.
Lit.
It was great. I love pinball, dude. I need to go to Logan Arcade and I gotta go to Elston Electric.
I still have a card.
Electric Elston. Which one is it?
Elston Electric.
Okay.
It's nice.
It looks fabulous.
It's nice.
I can't wait. I don't know when I'm supposed to go there. I'm gonna try to go to Salt Shed for.
Well, you
Cage
can
the
just
Elephant.
go.
I know, but I want to have a reason to be at Salt Shed too.
Mm.
I'm gonna play
You
some
could
pinball and then go get some music.
Play
on.
some pinball and go to Goose Island.
The brewery's right there. Yeah.
Haven't been still.
Oh, that's actually enough of a reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cool.
And then arts.
Dude, Arts is so good.
I love that it's back. Shout out
Rippin' Arts.
Arts Drive-In.
I
True
need
banger.
merch immediately. I need a
Yeah.
hat. I need some boxers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's we have every reason to.
Arts bangs.
I got
Shout
an
out Arts Drive-In.
off-menu dipped Italian beef with the best peppers I've had in my life. Fuck yes.
Yeah,
Also,
just
great
shout
customer
out
service.
everybody. Shout out everybody right now. Shout out Chicago Pickle. They had real fucking jalapeno poppers with like full-size peppers deep fried. It was great.
With like cheese in the center?
Absolutely. They finally fixed their online menu and added the official chopped cheese.
Really?
Got the chopped cheese. It was fantastic.
How late they open?
Late.
The
You
kitchen?
want to go get a chopped cheese?
I do want to chop
We can go get a chopped cheese. Still haven't tried it in New York. The whole last trip to New York falling apart is a real bummer.
Next episode,
We really had
bachelor party.
We really had the perfectly curated 3 days in New York.
I'll be back for our bachelor party recap episode in New York City and also Vegas.
Oh, we gotta do both? All right. I'm down.
Back to back.
We can do New York on Friday to Sunday, though, easy.
Yeah.
And just run it.
I want to go to Brooklyn with the ladies, so maybe we'll just live it up everywhere we please when we go.
Most of our stuff was in Manhattan, I feel
We're
like.
going back to Manhattan then.
Plus, you could just move, dude. You can go to 15 places in a day.
We move quick. We're an agile group.
Absolutely.
But, the lady's more of a borough lady, if you know what I mean.
Oh, see, I'm
She'll be like, let's stay in Brooklyn. And
all
I'm like,
Manhattan.
yes. I just been egging
But
it
I haven't
on.
spent enough time in Brooklyn, to be fair.
I want to also make a day trip to Rockaway. I think that would be sick.
I don't think it's worth it.
I want some rippers.
I went to Coney Island, and that wasn't that great.
I haven't been to Coney Island either. I don't.
That would be more worth it than Rockaway.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
I went when it was like closed too, so that didn't help.
There's a dream sequence in The Sopranos. Not to pivot.
Oh God.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I've
I
never
wanted
watched
to know if
it.
you knew if it was in Coney Island.
Oh, I don't know, but I know that everybody hates the dream sequence. Isn't that show based in New Jersey?
It is.
So it was probably in the Jersey Shore boardwalk.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That would be my guess.
So, well, yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm a
But also, I think from Jersey,
I'm a fiance, bitch.
I think from Jersey you can go across Staten Island directly into Brooklyn.
Uh-huh.
So it is possible.
No, wintertime, though, that would be great. I'd be down to do that.
New York in the winter.
Yeah, like
yeah, it bangs.
November,
But that's
December.
exactly was the issue last time, and our flight got canceled.
I know.
So we'll see. We'll figure it out.
We'll have to play it by ear.
We'll figure it out. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to not talk movies and stuff.
Right, this is a show.
Yeah. You have subject matter. So, what have you seen lately? I know what I've seen lately, and I just want to lead by saying this: if you're watching this, you already know the subject matter. So, I didn't watch 28 Weeks Later recently.
No.
I don't think that it's important for this one, and I also don't think that. I also don't know, like, if you never saw the original one, I also don't think that you need to.
I feel like that would matter more, but it probably still doesn't matter, would be my guess. So, for context, Justice has seen 28 years later. I have not yet. But 28 Days Later, written by Alex Garland, directed by Danny Boyle. This 28 years later, completely different people involved, top to bottom. And years later, Danny Boyle, Alex Garland return.
That's correct.
So I
they
expected.
were still producers in it.
Well,
from what I
sure, but
understand.
probably by name only.
I don't know. It's just it's
If they didn't write or direct it, they weren't that involved. That's all I'm saying.
The only reason why I led with that was because I feel like that's the discourse of people that are trying to act like it's a bad movie.
What is?
28 years later.
Because the guys came back?
Something. Yeah. Like
No, that's my whole argument for why I assume it would be better. The first movie's much better than the second one. The second one is good, but it's just like a traditional like horror action.
And so you have seen the first and second one.
Yeah, of course.
So
The first one's like great, but it's almost like an art film. It's not really like a horror movie.
Yeah.
It is. It's
it
terrifying.
was one of
in
the
parts,
first movies shot on digital cameras. It was like a big deal, like consumer grade cameras.
I see.
Well,
yeah, and they used an iPhone for the new one.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like that's okay. I'm gonna spoil a lot.
Go ahead. That's the point.
Not as much as I can, but
Spoiler alert.
as much as it takes
Spoiler
to get my
alert.
point across.
Spoiler.
I feel
alert.
like you only really see that in use. Did you see the whole rig that they set up with the 20 iPhones?
No.
Oh, they literally had like their shots of the production where it's like a giant
wall of
It's like a
iPhones.
rig, and it's like just a whole
Got it.
iPhone, and it's like
Well, because it's the only way that they could use an iPhone to capture the same like depth and shadows and stuff. That's what they need to make up for because the quality's there because it can shoot 4K and whatever. But
Yeah. No, I think that,
and they need to get the scale way up.
I think that they only use that whole thing with that many phones for one sequence. That I saw
really?
in the movie.
I
Yes.
see.
I
Okay.
think that a lot of it. I don't know how often they use that whole thing,
Got it.
but I don't know. Either way, I think that shit was badass. Even if we only saw it for one frame, like to go through that effort to try to be somewhat of like a production that's like pushing boundaries with like digital, like that's cool to do. Like I'm glad that they got that done and that was like the intention behind making that movie, you know. But 28 years later
Mm-hmm.
is more than just the, cinematic efforts. I really feel like you're not going to be a huge fan of the character development and the plot.
Because there isn't any? Is that what you're saying?
It just gets kind of zany.
How so?
It's almost like it's got some like
Well,
weird,
there's like death cults in it and stuff, right?
there's really only one group of people the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Right, it's like an
never-
island, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
They live on an island that is basically that has a causeway built between their island and the actual mainland of Britain.
Okay.
So the very intro of the movie is them setting up what's happened from 28 days to 28 years in this story.
Mm-hmm.
And like that classic like detached storyline, like almost like it almost like makes you feel a little like delirious in terms of where you're going to be at in this mainland of England.
Okay.
It's the introduction for 28 Days is like a completely separate story about a guy and his boy, and the guy is like a
he's like a nurse or something.
no, he's
Or
a,
no,
he's
he-
a priest. He's a
yeah,
priest.
he dresses that way. Right.
Yeah, and so they also set up that the infection is evolving to some capacity, and this
So it's like
place-
The Last of Us.
it felt like it.
Yeah.
Kind of,
They
yeah.
just have the same exact
Yeah.
storyline.
But no, they explain more about what has happened with the infection, and it is not, in fact, a global infection. It is only in the mainland of the UK or in England.
That's the twist.
That's the twist. There's patrol boats that are basically blocking anybody from going in or out, and once you step foot on the land, you're quarantined. You later
Interesting.
find that out as well. But they've contained it since, and they haven't basically tried to take care
So
of
did
any
it
of the
used to
people.
be global and they contained it to the UK, or the whole time it was only?
I
Because
think
feel
the
like
whole time.
because I feel like in Weeks, isn't there like clips of all over the world and stuff? I don't really remember.
That might be the disconnect between the two movies, but
I'm not
I don't
sure.
remember what happens in Weeks. And I do
I will
remember
take
there
the
being
time-
a large scale of military operation,
Right.
and I don't understand why they wouldn't have answered that question,
Yeah.
But-
See, I was gonna rewatch them before seeing it. That's not why I didn't see it this weekend. It was just too hot to leave the house. But now I might take the time to rewatch them and do a real comparison, because that seems like that's an interesting twist, but without knowing what happens in the other two, it might be stupid. It's hard to say.
They don't answer it in 28 Days for sure, but they hint at it.
Well, I know in Days, because that's the whole premise, is like it's all brand new still.
Yeah.
And
It's not
so
only is it brand new, but
he's trying to survive the initial outbreak. So there's not
he
really...
also hears it from somebody in that military squad that it is only in the UK.
Interesting.
Yeah, he hears it.
Okay.
Like you hear somebody say it in the actual movie, that it's like a belief that they have, but they've never been able to check. There's no way to check because there's no radio and shit.
Sure.
Which I mean, even if that is something that that is an inconsistency with the stories, that's why I just don't.
But
think
is that like how it ends, or that's like at some point in the movie that's a reveal?
No, you find that out in the setup from 28 Days to 28 years later. Like they give you a whole intro section.
You
of
mean
the movie.
from weeks to years?
No, they only go from 28 days to 28 years. They don't give you a week's view.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the goofy part of that, and I think that people didn't seem to like it from what I've read, is it kind of gets like montagey, like they really
Like
kind of
throughout the movie?
no, just for the exposition of what's happening with these characters 28 years later. They get like montagey, it gets kind of like goofy, and that's like kind of like the whole movie throughout has this little bit of zaniness in it that I'm just like, I feel like they're
I
just
feel like you're not really telling me anything, though.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just like they're like self-aware that like I don't know, there's like a level of disbelief that you might have. So like I'll save it for the actual when I get, because I feel like right now I'm still going chronological. There is a couple scenes at the end that you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like you're like, what's going on here? But 28 years later, that whole exposition, you realize that, you know, the infected has evolved. You realize that it's only the island. And now we have this separate, smaller island.
So what about Ireland? Are they fine?
Is Ireland connected on the big? No.
No, it's like
no.
outside.
Yeah, no. They're supposed to not be infected.
All right.
Yeah, so it's just the mainland.
Mainland England.
Of the UK.
That island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's called the Holy Island.
Okay.
It's a smaller, tiny thing. There's basically like a group of what seems like, I don't know, 20, or it's like a full-fledged, like they have fully built houses. They have fully functioning.
It's like the Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, like that size community.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how it looks, yeah.
And the causeway basically is you're able to walk it in the daytime, and at high tide you can't get through it. Which is I feel like it's a huge reason why, number one, they were able to survive. It's why they've been able to do that.
Because nobody can really get there efficiently.
Correct. And the people that are patrolling, you know, the waters of the UK, they don't even make contact with them because they don't want to be infected, and they haven't killed them either. Kind of like they don't develop that story much at all, like their relationship as a civilization in this quarantine with what would be like the National Guard. You know, like they don't really talk about it, but I feel like it's important for this whole thing because the civilization that they also, you know, have to go back onto the mainland and hunt. Like it's like a pretty regular thing for them to do. And so you're like thrown into this story about this boy and his dad with a sick mother. And that is what is the bulk. That's the meat of this movie, is like that relationship, because you spend time with the boy going out for the first time into the mainland with his father. They get chased. There's a ton of fucking action. They're using bow and arrows. It's like a whole thing. It gets crazy. A fucking building collapses as they're trying to like hunt or like stay alive. It's like high octane type zombie shit.
That's cool.
It brought a new position on what it meant to like show infected people in a movie.
Okay.
And that's really, number one, it was just so refreshing the whole time. You're like, let's fucking go. Like, you know, they got like camera rigs set up to the zombies, like, and one of them is like, they're so fat and they've been like eating worms from the dirt to stay alive that they like kind of don't move that fast. But you like, I don't know, like that whole shit. And then one major subplot is an alpha infected. It's basically it was like a strong dude before he got infected. That shit is, I mean, that's like, it's almost like the climax of any of the infected interactions, because there's an alpha infected that almost like chases them down the causeway. It's in the trailer, I feel like maybe.
Yeah,
it's hinted at a little bit. And it's just like super intense. It's kind of like it's got like some kind of like Texas Chainsaw vibe to it, you know? Like it's really good. The music is super weird and kind of out of place.
Is it like what's in the trailer?
How do you mean the music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
The
trailer was very effective.
That whole marching thing,
Uh-huh.
I don't understand. It's supposed to be like played on the loudspeakers or what, but like it's very throughout. It's very much like a thing that's integrated often.
Interesting.
that whole well, I guess that whole combat theme song thing that only happens at the beginning.
Okay.
After that, it gets into it's like a heavier synth, some kind of like weird vocalizations. Like it's very oddly fitting. Like I feel like people are kind of like you might. At first, I was like, "This is weird," but by the end, I'm like, "It's just like fun action music," you know.
That's cool.
It works. I feel like it all works. The big story arc is the mom though, because the mom is sick, and the boy thinks he's brave enough now to bring the mother.
Define boy.
He's like 13 years old.
Got it.
And he's like grown up in this, you know.
Sure.
So there's some interactions with like a military guy that's like really, I don't know, like low key dramatic, and you don't even like think about it, but like he's just like like you just realize in the middle of the movie that he's like grown up in this, and that he thinks he's a lot bigger than, you know, what is actually out there. And
Sure.
he's bringing his mother without his father to this doctor, but the doctor, everybody in the community, because the doctor lives on the mainland,
Okay.
and they all think he's fucking crazy, and he's like not really crazy, but he's also like not really sane. But like, it's 28 years into this fucking
Sure. Yeah.
infection,
Who's
you know?
who's normal?
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. The boy gets the mom to the doctor.
Yeah.
She has cancer, and it's rough, and she dies. And the boy thinks that he's brave enough to continue on in the wilderness without, you know, the father. So that's the setup for the second movie, basically.
Got it.
But in between, it gets bonkers crazy.
So he's trying to go further into the mainland?
Correct.
Got
The
it.
boy is what I understand.
Yeah, see, I was disappointed to read, though, that this is already planned sequels, because it just seems like this just should have been the conclusion to the trilogy
Yeah.
and not a trilogy itself.
Yeah.
Like they shot 2 movies back to back. One's already slated for January, which that's too soon, and then the next one is supposed to be next year, assuming it goes into production this year. That's too much. It's too much.
It's because they're riding on this one.
I know, but you waited all this time to make this sequel, and you get the original people back, and then you franchise, like, the fact that there's 3 means you did the successful franchise thing, but it's like Harry Potter. The last one had to be 2 movies. Why? All the other ones were 1 movie. 'Cause we can make more money. It's like, but did you want to make 3 movies, or you want to make more money? Because that means 2 of them are going to suck.
So do you think that the way that 28 Days Later moved fast? A lot of things happened in that movie.
A lot. But it's also very, I don't know. I feel like it's well paced, because there's those moments where he's just like in a field walking around.
Yeah.
And then they just
it's
like
not that
talk.
long of a movie, though.
It
Still.
isn't. No.
That's still true.
It's incredibly well done, I would say. It's
So
excellent. The first one's excellent.
There is something about the new one that doesn't speak to that, because
I don't like the fact that so it just doesn't have an ending. Like, that bothers me, because that means why am I going to see it?
I feel like it it only does in terms of like the boy almost coming of age, but it's up to you to decide whether he's ready to do this or not, you know, like.
But you'll find out there's another movie.
Right. And like,
that's
how
what I mean.
long,
That's not
you
an
know what I
ending
mean?
then.
So I just like,
it's a cliffhanger. It's like that's what TV's for. This is a movie. It's supposed to end.
oh yeah, there's also a baby. I forgot about the
Because
baby.
those other ones all end.
Yeah.
You know, 28 days. That's the end of it. The second one's a completely different story. And now this is a completely different story, but it's 3 movies. That's silly. That's not even how things work.
Yeah.
You know? Because now this is technically how it works. It's the first one, the second one, the third one part 1, the third one part 2, the third one part 3. That's absurd. It's the same thing as the Hobbit trilogy. Why is that a trilogy? The other movies were a trilogy because it was 3 books.
They're,
You know, The Hobbit should have been 1 movie, but they had to over cash in on it. Now, this might not be The Hobbit, but this is basically The Hobbit.
but for zombie movies.
Yes.
I'll watch all 3 of them.
But I also love the Hobbit trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm not against. I'm in a higher tier. Most people hate it.
I
actually really like it.
I could
But
honestly
it still
say,
should not have been a trilogy.
Yeah, that's true. But
That could have been a 3-hour movie. Easy.
I mean,
Or 3.5, whatever. However long the longest one is. It could have been that long.
me personally could deal with saying the 3 of them as one movie, but I would like to imagine that they're all going to be treated as their own. Like,
But they're not if it's a continuing story.
it would be cool if, I don't know, that's very...
I mean, here's the thing. It's already spoiled because the cast is out. Cillian Murphy's in the second one.
Is that true?
Yeah.
He's been alive the whole time?
I guess that's the point. Yeah, or it'll somehow tie in and they'll do archival, but that would be stupid. I don't imagine that would be the case.
No way. But, what? That's crazy.
I mean, why wouldn't they? He should have just been in this one, though. That's the thing. It's like, no, you got to wait for the second one
Yeah, that
to
is
pay
crazy.
off the original movie that this is a sequel to begin with. It's like,
Yeah.
that's cheap bullshit.
And you said they filmed them back to back. So
That's what I read, yeah.
That's
And here's
goofy.
the thing. If they're all good, then they're all good, and that's fine. But
Yeah.
it just didn't need to be either way.
Well, they did introduce a whole new set
Because
of
this...
characters here, that's the thing that I think is important to consider, because they're all strong characters. Those people that you meet,
That's good. Well, it's
That-
Ray Fiennes, isn't it?
he's the doctor.
Okay.
So I think that he's still alive, at the end of this first one. This part 1. But no, Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think is his name. He did a fabulous job. His character was awesome. I had a great time.
That guy's in everything now.
I loved it. The kid did a great job too. I was really conflicted on whether or not he could handle this. I thought he was going to die a lot of the time. And it was great. And then the mom was, she's, like I said,
Kind of just sounds like The Last of Us.
it has got the Last of Us vibe for sure. But I don't really like the Last of Us.
Well, the second season was terrible.
It
It was terrible. The first season was really good, though.
It was fun. Watching him die though was rough.
I did my
just
whole
can't.
rant
There's
on this show. Listen to that. It was
this.
good.
It's the
I was
same
cooking.
vein. This is the same type of shit for sure. I will not deny it, but I liked it. I thought that it was fun, and I give it like a 7 out of 10.
Is it 2 hours?
I think so. It's long. Maybe
Well,
it's
2
an hour.
hours
It
isn't
might be an
long.
hour 20.
Well, you just said it was long, so if it's an hour 20, that's definitely not long. That would be incredibly
Isn't
short.
it the first one though? I might just be mixing it up. I'm checking right now.
Well, you're
Hold-
slow.
Don't get your panties in a bunch, all right? It is 2 hours.
Yeah, see, I wish it was 90 minutes.
Yeah, I feel that.
Why is it 2 hours?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see Elio.
I'm not.
It did horrible in the box office its first weekend.
I didn't even know it was coming out.
They didn't really talk about it.
I
so
want to
it's not our
see
fault.
the new movie they're working on, though. It's that little cat,
Oh, I love the cat.
and it's going to be set in Italy.
That sounds fabulous.
And they're like
And
trying
Italian.
to compensate for Spider-Verse's popularity, so they're doing a completely different animation style. It has like a painted look to it.
Oh my God, let's go.
It's going to be awesome.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I would love an Aristocats movie, a new one, like maybe with live action Aristocat movie. Let's go. That sounds fabulous.
I would no live action, definitely not.
Yeah,
What
with the
would have been
kitties.
awesome is a Cars spin-off about just the tire guys, the Italians. That would be
Oh my
fun.
God.
Those are the best characters.
They should be in that. They should be worked into that cat movie.
That would be fun.
Like there should be a cat that lives at the tire shop.
That would be fun.
It would need to be like a long hair one that gets like covered in oil sometimes.
I think it's a black cat.
Yeah, like a short.
You
short
haven't
black
seen
cat.
the still from this?
I don't think so.
We'll pull it up.
Is it like Flow?
Yeah,
Like Game?
kinda. It kinda looks like.
Or
Flow.
that was that animation that it won last year, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so 28 years later, fucking rips. So go see it. I loved it. 7 out of 10 though. I wanted to clarify. 7.5 out of 10.
Well,
Put it in my ranking system. I know
which
I
is
have
it?
one. 7.5. 7.6.
which is it?
7.6.
For sure.
If you keep asking me, I'm gonna go higher.
Well, then you have no integrity.
I do have integrity. I got loads of integrity.
Integrity we.
Try the new Christmas snow.
Oh, that shit bangs. When's that coming back?
Dude, soon.
All right. Justice, you had thoughts on the Iranian conflict?
Dude. We're at a ceasefire, I guess.
Hey, we did it! Victory!
Shut the fuck. No, I can't. I cannot speak at that.
Yeah, nor should you, and nor should I. Let's leave that to dumb fucks.
I think Caroline Levitt needs to get some more media training. That's what I think.
Yeah, he was more passionate about that than any issue in America.
And
the press secretary's a bitch. Okay.
She's really mean.
Stop listening to her.
I would like to rely on her, informing us of the president's actions, but it seems like she has nothing to do but get mad about it or be like out of breath about it.
Yeah, so get your information from the people she's talking to.
Yeah, I do.
Well, then stop. You don't got to deal with it then.
But we interview her, it's like it's
who's
the press,
we?
The press.
We're the press?
We're supposed to be.
No, absolutely not.
What do you mean?
You think this is journalism?
Hell yeah, dude.
This is barely entertainment.
What are you talking about? This is informative and educational.
No, it is not, and nobody should view it that way.
So this is just an opinion piece then? What is this, a big op-ed?
Yeah.
God damn it.
What the fuck?
I thought this was C-SPAN.
No, I don't come out here and say I'm right, except for all the time. But that's just how I feel. It doesn't mean I literally am right about things.
That's why you have no listens.
How many do you have, bud? Oh, that's right. You canceled your own show.
It's still...
Yeah, so go fuck yourself, loser.
Anyway, what were your thoughts on the Iranian conflict?
I think we nailed it.
Okay.
No, I don't fucking know. I thought it was a disaster. If nothing bad happens, then it was brilliant.
And we have a ceasefire.
Or
so they say.
Not between the United States and Iran.
Oh, that's great. That's terrible.
Well, it's been... The one with Israel happened 20 minutes ago. I mean, I don't know. Give them some time. I don't know. We'll wait and see. I'm in wait and see mode. I'm not making any proclamations. It's still happening. It's all still unfolding.
That's good. That's a good position to be in.
Yeah, realistic. Not needing to have a hot take because I'm not Stephen A. Smith and your life isn't a television show.
Should we check the stocks?
They're up.
I mean, I'm saying, like, you tracking anything good? They got some Houston Energy stocks that are looking good.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoever's based here.
Oh, you invest in Illinois?
No, I mean just like American oil.
Oh, I understand.
Would probably be good.
Well, there is a Nathan's hot dog eating contest winner.
What? How? Isn't that on the 4th of July?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is happening. Who are you going to vote for? Why is this
What do you mean vote for? It's a contest.
Yeah, but what? Why is there a prediction? I didn't know that was a thing. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm not going to look at that right now. And also, it doesn't look
How
good
many
right
hot
now.
dogs could you eat in 5 minutes?
Like 5? Nothing crazy.
That's conservative.
Like, are we talking fully dressed or like hot dog eating contest hot dog?
Yeah, no dress. Dog and bun.
Like
That's
8 or 9?
Yeah, there we go.
I would do the whole thing. I would dip that shit in water. Let's go.
If you were in a real contest, sure. But let's say it was just like, hey, Justice, here's a plate of hot dogs. You got 5 minutes.
Are they allowed to throw up afterwards?
Afterwards, I think that's fine. I think if you throw up during, you're disqualified.
I knew that. That just seems like the standard.
Right.
But after, I mean, like, do they let it all digest after the winner?
Oh,
guy eats,
I mean, yeah, probably.
88 hot dogs, dude.
Joey
Whatever.
Chestnut's a machine, dude.
How many does he eat? What's
Yeah,
the
like
record?
75
I thought it was a lot.
in 10 minutes. I think they get 10 minutes.
Classic standard hot dog eating is 10 minutes.
I think that's how long.
So many goddamn hot
I
dogs.
think that's how long the Nathan's one is.
No way,
I'm gonna
dude.
giggle it.
You're gonna giggle it?
Yeah, let me check.
Dude, get the fuck out of here. That's too long to be eating hot dogs. They need to stop doing that. They're wasting so many hot dogs. Can you can you like eat a hot dog and watch them do that like live?
Yeah, it's at Nathan's on Coney Island.
That's pretty awesome.
You probably need a ticket though.
I think I'm going to go to that. Not next,
It's 10 minutes, yeah.
Wow, that's too long. It needs to be like 7.
Well, why?
Just to make the record.
It's not about the time. It's really just about the volume that they're able to accomplish in that time has evolved into something completely insane.
Yeah, what is the record? It's 88. Oh, I don't know
let's
why
see.
I think that mine was right.
63?
Was the last year's record?
No, that's just the record. No, the record is 76.
Damn, what the fuck?
Joey Chestnut, 2021. 75, Joey Chestnut, 2020. 74, Joey Chestnut, 2018. 72, Joey Chestnut, 2017. 71, Joey Chestnut, 2019. 70, Joey Chestnut, 2016.
No way.
69, Joey Chestnut, 2013. 68, Joey Chestnut, 2012. 68, Joey Chestnut, 2009.
What?
66, Joey Chestnut, 2007. 63, Joey Chestnut, 2022.
All right,
62,
who else
Joe
has done
Chestnut,
it?
2023. 62, Matt Stoney, 2015.
Thank God someone else is in there.
Then
man.
it's Chestnut. Patrick Bertoletti, 2024, 58.
Wow.
And then Kobayashi, 53 and 3/4, 2006, 53 and a half, 2004.
3/4? They're counting to the quarter of dog?
Kobayashi was a dog back in the day, but Chestnut, man, he's just the all-time GOAT.
I mean, it seems like of late, for sure.
He took over Kobayashi, never looked back.
Does Kobayashi win anything anymore?
He doesn't even participate in America.
What? Chestnut ran him out of town?
Chestnut ran him back to Japan.
Dude, that's kind of racist.
How's that racist?
I don't know, man. He just shouldn't. He should let the guy eat,
I mean, he's allowed to still. He just doesn't.
Oh, okay. Dude, that's crazy, though.
Yeah, Chestnut's a dog. Could you imagine eating 75 hot dogs in a day?
No.
10 minutes? That's fucking nuts.
So yeah, there's something fucked up about hot dog eating contests, and they want you to buy into that too. You want me to bet on who's gonna win? 'Cause I will.
You can bet on it.
I know. That's what I was just seeing on Robinhood. That's why I had to close my phone.
There's gambling on Robinhood?
That's what it says. It says predictive markets or whatever.
I would put my money on Joey Chestnut.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
But what if I didn't? What if I did it on the underdog?
You would lose your money.
What if he doesn't win?
He will, because he wasn't there last year because of a sponsorship conflict.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Who is he sponsored by?
He had some deal with, like, Impossible hot dogs. And Nathan's was like, you can't do that. And he was like, I can do whatever I want. I'm just a guy who fucking eats once a year at your contest.
And they got him to not do it?
They didn't let
up.
him. Yeah. Everybody was on his side, so he's back.
Yeah. What the hell, Nathan's?
Yeah, I also had a dog there, and that's what they gave me. A plain hot dog with nothing on it.
Why?
Because that's how they come. I thought it was going to come with mustard and onions. That's a fake thing. Anyway.
What?
Yeah, then I just ate it. I didn't care. I just ate it plain.
Was it good?
No. It was terrible.
Oh. I don't like that.
But I got some fried shrimp. That was good.
Not at Nathan's.
Yeah, at Nathan's.
Oh. So they have other stuff.
Yeah, fries. I had fries, fried shrimp, and a hot dog. Ate it on the boardwalk. It was cold. Went to the ocean. No big deal. I went to the ocean. I'm cool.
You did? That's pretty badass, actually.
I've been to both of them.
You mean the Pacific and the Atlantic?
Both.
Yeah, that's what you mean, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Big time.
Wait. Have I ever been in the Atlantic? I don't think so. Only the Hudson, I guess. I don't even think
You've been in the Hudson River? How?
I haven't.
Okay. You know what would be fun if we had like a long trip in New York? Staten Island Day.
I would love to
Just
do
go
that.
mobbing. All right. That's it for this week. We'll see ya maybe next week, maybe the week after.
Did we make it?
I do whatever. Yeah.
Oh.
Joey Chestnut, if I don't talk to you before July 4th,
Have a good eating.
may you Victor.
Gorlami.
I wrote music. What was it?
I wrote you song.
I wrote you song. All right. Rate, review, subscribe. Check all the links in the description below. And remember, I are fat. You are fat. We are fat. Calculator.